So, only the one package, only a couple things shipped. It looked like there was only 2 things that came out, and I did receive a warning, I guess, about the potentially... It's not too bad. It was kind of difficult to say. They're not wearing much, but we have a white light protecting us from being censored on YouTube or something like that. I don't know. Plastic's almost falling apart. It looks like your standard 2-disc, 3-disc setup from Hentai. Yeah, a lot of the releases for this month are late adjusted. So we've got some censored stuff. Looking at the, I guess before we do that, curious. Oh, this is 1-disc. So it's a 1-disc, 2-disc setup, and this is the same as the cover? Apparently so. Very simple. Let's see, this is Region A only, subtitled only. But I kind of knew it would only be a couple of those. So fortunately, the anime convention I mentioned I was going to, I did pick up some stuff. It's all hentai, so we're not going to look too closely. I just went off camera to cover up naughty bits, I guess. Although this one isn't. So, reading titles. This is Sexy Fighter Manami, the Natural Obsessions, Volumes 1 through 4. As you can see, Volume 1 here is crazy with all this stuff. You got Perverted Thomas. Darling is nice and straightforward, which is part of the reason I got it. And then Last Train to Gropesville. I forgot to check the sides here, but this is pretty much my anime DVD collection update. But I kind of figured y'all would be interested in seeing some of my other anime swag. First of all, I got both of these figures, Rei and Asuka from Evangelion in their simple schoolgirl outfits. I kind of like it because it's kind of plain, pleasant, that sort of stuff. And the 2 of them together were great. Next up, we got Koishi Komeiji from Project Toho. I'm not sure how well it shows up here on camera because the little thing is weird, real small, but you can see that she's got these metal wires. They have to be attached manually, and I kind of really like it because of all these little things. So it's a little complicated, but nice. Next up, the only other 2 figures are freeing 1/4 scale ones. So you can see here, this is Haruhi Suzumiya, and height-wise, well, you can definitely tell that it's built bigger than the others, and that's part of what caught my attention. But I got Haruhi and Yuki Nagato, and you can see here Nagato stands at her full height. And just to give you a good idea of how tall a 1/4 one is, this is that Rei Ayanami figure next to it. So as you can see, they're big, and they're not too bad. They're not like super complicated like the Koishi Komeiji one, but there's still some detail involved in them. Both of them have, I guess it's not as obvious with her. I know at the back here you can kind of see that it's an actual nylon material, which is what other people say is nice about it. And of course, there's a set of all 7 of them from the wall scroll that you see in the background. So I decided to go ahead and get those, but the rest of them I ordered online, and I only ordered them last night. So these 5 figures were pretty much the majority of my swag from the anime convention, other than standards like a badge, whatever. But other than that, that's my real anime merchandise update. So like I mentioned in my last couple of videos, my focus for the past couple of weeks has been Dragon Warrior 7, which means I've not watched much anime, but there has been a little downtime and I'm like, I need to fill some of it up with anime, and I decided to start with Haikyuu. It's a lot of people have talked about it, it's good, it rates high, and I decided it was a good time to start it. And what can I say, it's actually been pretty enjoyable. I'm only like 6 or 7 episodes in, I think. I'm trying to think if it could be 8, but it's really hard to tell. It kind of blends together a bit because they don't want you to stop an episode and say, okay, well, I kind of feel very satisfied with where this is going, so I guess I don't need to watch the next episode too closely. They want you to kind of be always interested in what's happening in the next episode. Content-wise, it's been enjoyable. There's one issue with sports animation show that Haikyuu handles really well, and that's it needs to find a way to make the characters convincingly underdogs who could be good. What I mean is, you could come up with, well, this person technically came up with a secret move in chess that allows rooks to move like queens or something stupid like that, just to say, yeah, this is why this person is really good at chess. And sports animes, they have that risk always in place. But I'm not sure if it's common, because I think it's pretty well known that you have to do something about that. You have to find some other angle or some specific angle to get somebody interested. And Haikyuu's definitely done that. The underdog story is kind of a common one of those, but you kind of need to make them weird so that you understand why they're the underdog, but why their weirdness helps them win, and why you don't see that weirdness constantly in the real world or something like that. And I think Haikyuu kind of works in that regard. There's a little bit of implausibility, but I think the characters within the show react in such a way such that you feel like there's a plausibility to the implausibility, and at the same time it's not like it's something that they all take for granted. It's sort of like one thing that's fun about One Piece, especially early One Piece, but they keep reintroducing it as a common theme, is Luffy falls from heights or takes hits that any goofy animation, cartoons especially, we'd expect characters to survive them, and we kind of take them for granted sometimes, especially in a shonen show where people seem to be able to take hits and then be able to fight at 120 billion% power, even though they've lost all their legs and arms and nose and half their brain or something crazy like that. That's obviously hyperbole. But what was I going with this again? Ah, jeez, this is what happens when you don't plan things and you try to impromptu talk about stuff. Damn it, I forgot what I was pointing out. It's been an exhausting day. You get back to work, it's not that bad, but when you also get back to working out at the same time, then they hit like a double whammy. So, no more sleeping in throughout, the gets interrupted and stuff. I don't know. Anyways, it's been fun. I'm definitely going to continue watching that, but I'm not done with Dragon Warrior 7. It's still taking a long time to finish, and I want to do it, because I think maybe last time, the problem wasn't that I got stuck and stopped. The problem was I think I took too long of a break, and then when I returned I couldn't remember details, and maybe I went forward a little bit in the story, but I had lost the ability to remember what I was supposed to be doing, and I didn't want to go and dig it up in a online guide walkthrough or something like that. So I think that's probably what happened last time, which means that if I'm going to make my goal this time of actually beating the game, I can't take breaks. Now, tonight may be a break night because of work-related reasons, but it means that I'm going to still do it tomorrow, and maybe do it tonight. Maybe it'll end up being later tonight. Who knows? We'll find out. Because other than that, yeah, it's going to be Haikyuu, and then I guess I've been recommended a couple of things. Lull in the Sea is one of them, right there, and Ping Pong, the animation, not to be confused with Ping Pong Club, and I'm fairly certain those are two completely different things, even though their names confuse me. But that'll be the goal, is to... I think those are the next priority things on my to-watch list at the moment. And for releases coming out this month, I pre-ordered stuff and I saw what was coming out the next couple months. But I'm trying to remember what's noteworthy. This month seemed pretty low-key. Next month at least gets Evangelion 3.33. Huh. But what else was there? It's hard to remember. Oh well. I guess that's one of the nice things, not remembering that stuff, and they get to be surprises when they do arrive. So, that, I guess, wraps up everything to talk about. I mean, I guess I didn't talk about my thoughts and feelings on Dragon Warrior 7 itself. It's been pretty enjoyable. And I guess I didn't talk about my impressions of the anime convention. It was exhausting, but it's definitely a lot less exhausting when you can just walk 10 minutes to get there. So, that's the anime convention. Dragon Warrior 7, I've been enjoying it. I've been playing the PlayStation 1 version, of course, because I can't read Japanese, and the 3DS version doesn't come out until maybe December this year, unless it's some sort of placeholder. But I can see that they're very different, and I kind of like some of the music in the old PlayStation 1 version better. Some of it is still really nice in the 3DS remake, I've been looking at YouTube videos or listening to YouTube videos. But I'm glad I am where I am. I'll probably pick up that 3DS copy. Probably also the 3DS copy of 8. Although that one could be different. I don't know. So, yeah, I guess there's just too much to think about, to talk about, so I'll go ahead and let y'all go. Y'all have a nice week.